What if I told you that modern survival techniques might be completely missing the point? What if the most ingenious survival hack isn't a high-tech gadget or a futuristic innovation, but something ancient, simple, and brilliantly effective? Tribes across the world have survived and thrived in some of the harshest environments for millennia, using survival hacks that are more effective than anything we use today. And the secret isn't what you think. In the heart of the Amazon jungle, in the frozen tundra of the Arctic, and even in the scorching heat of the desert, these tribes mastered nature, not by fighting it, but by working with it. Their survival hacks weren't about overcoming the environment, they were about becoming part of it. And here's the most fascinating part. These ingenious methods didn't rely on fancy tools or complex knowledge. They were based on a deep understanding of nature, passed down through generations. Imagine surviving in the world's harshest climates, without a single piece of modern gear, using only the natural resources around you. These tribes turned their environment into their ally, creating simple yet extraordinarily effective survival systems that allowed them to thrive in ways that we can barely comprehend today. And now, we're starting to rediscover just how advanced these survival techniques really were. In this video, we'll uncover the ingenious survival hack that allowed tribes to thrive in some of the world's most dangerous environments. These are the secrets of survival that modern society is only just beginning to understand. In the modern world, we often think that survival is all about high-tech gadgets and advanced equipment. But what if the true secret to thriving in the wild doesn't lie in technology, but in ancient wisdom and natural ingenuity? For thousands of years, tribes from every corner of the globe have survived and thrived, using survival methods that don't rely on modern tools. They used what nature provided, creating survival hacks that were so effective, they allowed them to live in some of the most extreme environments on Earth. In places where the heat of the desert can scorch you alive and the Arctic cold can freeze you to death, these tribes have learned to live not just by surviving but by thriving. Their methods are ingenious, not because they were complex, but because they were in perfect harmony with the environment. Take, for example, the desert tribes of the Sahara, who've mastered the art of finding water in an environment where water is scarce and precious. Or the Arctic nomads, who've learned to use snow and ice to build shelters that keep them warm in freezing temperatures. And in the Amazon jungle, tribes have perfected the art of living off the land, using natural remedies to stay healthy and using plants and animals in ways that modern society is just starting to understand. But perhaps the most amazing part is that these tribes didn't just survive, they thrived. In some of the harshest conditions imaginable, they created sustainable, effective systems for life that we are just beginning to appreciate today. In this video, we're going to explore the ingenious survival hack that allowed these tribes to not just live, but flourish in some of the world's most dangerous environments. And we'll show you how some of their techniques are not only still relevant today, but could actually save us from some of the challenges we face in the modern world. As the world grapples with climate change, resource depletion, and the growing threats to the planet's ecosystems, the survival techniques of these ancient tribes could be more relevant today than ever. But why aren't we using them? Why does modern society rely on complex, resource-intensive solutions when the answers might be right in front of us? The truth is that many of these ancient methods have been forgotten or ignored in favor of modern technology. Some of the most ingenious survival hacks these tribes used, like water conservation, shelter building, and natural energy, were discarded for high-tech, unsustainable alternatives. But now, as we face the consequences of our environmental mismanagement, could these ancient survival techniques be the key to our future survival? Imagine a world where we embrace the wisdom of the past, using these simple, effective hacks to create a more sustainable future. The problem, however, is that many of these methods are considered primitive by modern standards, leading us to dismiss their potential. The world continues to move forward with high-tech solutions that are increasingly costly and unsustainable. Meanwhile, the simpler, more effective methods of ancient tribes are sitting right under our noses, waiting to be rediscovered. As we look at these ancient survival hacks, we are forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. Modern technology isn't always the best solution to our global problems. In fact, it might be hurting more than it helps. The simple, sustainable methods used by these tribes could be the key to our future survival, offering a path forward in the face of our global crises. But time is running out. If we don't start looking at ancient knowledge as a valuable resource, we might miss the opportunity to save the planet from the damage that modern society has caused. These tribes mastered their environments not with complex tools, but with wisdom and harmony with nature. If we embrace these methods, we could not only survive but thrive, just like they did. The question is, are we ready to learn from the past? Will we discard our reliance on high-tech solutions and return to what works? Or will we continue to repeat the mistakes of the past, ignoring the answers that were right in front of us all along? Comment below with your thoughts on how ancient survival techniques can help us today. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing stories of survival and wisdom.